Can you hear me? You're on mute. The unmute.
There you go.
Yay! Look at you. I can't believe you're in Cuba.
I know, I can't believe it myself.
How's it been so far?
Good. Check out my kitchen.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah,
nice little setup.
I know. Two
That's on base?
bedrooms. And then back over there is the dining room, but I'm gonna use it as a yoga station
Ooh.
over there. And then
Actually,
over
see, you should come in and teach yoga classes because I don't do that.
I'm using an app actually. It's called Fit On. And that seems to work for me for some reason, because I think it's because they're short workouts, 25 or 30-minute workouts.
Mm-hmm.
And they have all kinds of, they have yoga, they have Pilates, they have bar, they have low impact, high impact. So that kind of helps me because they're short workouts.
Yep.
And then I can do multiple workouts throughout the day.
Yep. Yeah,
So
that's good. That's I usually set up that. Well, and I have one of my clients, she's a mom and she works full time. So I'm like, girl, just get it in 30 minutes. So I put her workout together and she does it. And then I have one of my other coaches, I'm mentoring her. So she's learning how to build out the workouts too. So, but yeah, that's, those quick workouts, it's better than nothing. And that's a lot of people, it's just that time commitment is sometimes difficult. So yeah, it's just good to have some different options. So that's good.
So today it was like a total Pilates. So I did a lot of abs and a lot of booty work. And then I have the, this here. It was kind of different, you know, because my shoulders, like the joints itself, they start hurting after a little bit. So I don't know if maybe I need some vitamins or something that can help me with joint movements.
Yeah. You have like some omegas, like omega vitamins, or like any kind of natural omega would be good.
And it's kind of odd because it's been since Zumba. Every time we with arms in our Zumba, I was done.
Oh,
so I don't know because I've never had any damages or anything in my shoulders. And ever since Zumba, it's been like that for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, it could just be overuse. I mean, I went to the VA today and they did a nerve conduction test on my hand and it tested negative for carpal tunnel, but now they just don't know what's going on with it. So they said it looks like severe tendonitis. So that's why I'm kind of looking for other instructors to help me out now, because like I'm not really able to put my body weight on my hand. So to show people how to do exercises, it's really difficult. So I haven't been able to do like any videos or anything. So I'm really just looking for other people who can kind of help me out. So that's why I've just been, looking for, I think I'm going to start in August. I'm going to officially start like a personal trainer mentorship program for any personal trainers, just because I have all the knowledge. So I can still give all the knowledge, but that way I can, help other people and then hopefully bring them in and maybe they can do some workout videos and things like that. So, just learning that I need to duplicate myself a little bit and teach other people, so that way we can help more people, so. But yeah. Well, I wanted to make sure because I saw you went in and I thought my neighbor was I saw her name come through, my next door neighbor. she's been saying she was going to get on here too. And then I finally saw her, she went into Convene. So I shot her a text. I said, hey, check your email. I sent you the Zoom link. But she's not on here. So I don't know. I just want to make sure. Normally what this call is like, I'll have a subject, but we'll go over like, hey, what was your weekly win? Like for you, it would be, hey, I'm exercising, right? Like that's a win. And you're traveling and you're exercising. So that's a good thing. And then, for a lot of people, it's different things. We work a lot with like mindset and We had one experience where it was learning how to kind of let go of things and not allowing, our regret to keep us or to hold us back. So those are kind of the things that we have so far in there. So that's why I wanted to make sure. I was like, well, since you're the only one that was able to show up today, I was like, well, I can just take this time to actually show you how to kind of navigate it a little bit, because you can go in on your own time and just go through and like answer the questions. And the whole point of this is to really just build out a community. So it's really it's very new in its stages. Nobody's really ever heard of it. So it's difficult to get people in. It's going to be kind of, it took me probably, I think, 5 years before I got a Facebook account. So, it's going to be one of those things where it's a new thing and people are like, well, I don't know how to do it. And I'm like, well, I didn't know how to work Facebook until I actually got in there and started practicing. I didn't know how to work this until I got in and started practicing. So that's all it is. It's just, let me grab some water. My throat's getting scratchy. I really like the platform just because in the Facebook group, when I post something, I noticed that not really anybody was seeing it. And so we got in the conversation of algorithms. I don't know anything about that stuff. I know that Facebook has a lot of different algorithms and there are some people that know all that stuff, but I don't. So I don't even have to mess with it if I don't have to. So the good thing about Convene is there's no algorithms. If I post an announcement, everyone that's a part of the group gets the announcement. You get an email. So you're going to get any updates, you're going to get any inside feedback, and then when other people join and the conversations get going, it'll be really good to be able to, go back and forth. But another thing that I really like about it is it's anonymous. Like you can actually post your discussions anonymously. Oh, there she is. So I have some people who they don't really want to share their stuff yet. They don't want to really come out, but I want them to still be able to engage. So that's really the good thing about it too. But yeah, so I'm going to let her in. So this is my neighbor.
Well, people have this thinking that whatever you post online, everything is seen by others.
Right.
And that's that people are a little bit reluctant of doing a lot of things online because
exactly. Yeah. So I'm gonna wait till she gets on here. Angela, you're on mute.
Can you
hear me?
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Awesome. How you doing?
Good. I just woke up from a nap, so
oh gosh,
keep my video
I was gonna say you don't want to show your face.
I got my pajamas on.
So this is my friend. It's funny because Angie was calling you Christina the other day, and I said I've always just called her Chrissy. Remember, because when you introduced yourself, I've always just called you Chrissy. Yes. And so she kept saying Christina. So do you prefer Christina or Chrissy? Does it matter?
It doesn't. Okay. Normally call me Chrissy, but everybody else can call me Chrissy too.
That's funny. So I've known her for 10 years. I've known Chrissy for 10 years. I met her when I was kind of going through a depressed state of my life when PA school didn't work out, and I found Zumba. And so she was in the Zumba classes and our instructor was awesome. And so I
can't believe it's fun. Years already.
I know.
Wow.
But yeah, so Chrissy just came through Jacksonville on Monday night. So I got to go eat dinner with her, and now she's in Cuba.
Yes.
Nice.
So we're gonna all take a trip to Cuba next year. That's gonna be the thing. Maybe Angela can go too. You'll have the baby by then. You'll be good to go.
I know. I've actually been to Cuba, but it's only on base though.
Okay,
Yeah, I wasn't allowed in town. We went for work, so
yeah. Well, that's what she was telling us. That when we go visit, we're not allowed off base. So, but that's okay.
Okay, well then, yes, I've been there.
Yeah. Well, we were just talking. I told her, I said, normally I'll have, when I do these calls, I'll have, we'll discuss like our weekly wins. So for her, she was talking about how she was doing some yoga and exercising more. And that was something that she had talked about the other night too. So I was like, well, that would be a really good win for you, especially with the traveling and everything. But yeah, so we'll just kind of talk about like, well, and Angela, I see her walk every day. She's definitely inspiring, whether she knows it or not.
I
And
try.
yeah, and she's got her big old belly that she's she's got right now, and I've been there, and I know how that is. Ready to enter mommyhood. So yeah, so I was actually telling Angela, I was like, man, I would love to have you come in and do like a mommy group or something like that. But anyway, I was telling Chrissy that and I'm not sure, Angela, how far I went into this with you, but I just kind of decided to take tonight, since you guys just came on to the platform, like I just saw both of you come on. So I was like, well, I'll just take tonight and introduce it a little bit and show you kind of how to navigate it and where the Wellness Accountability Group actually is. So this Zoom link will be the same link for every evening. But you're supposed to actually have to go into the group to get the link. So don't give out the link. People have to go to the group to get the link. But I gave it to you guys because I love you guys. So but yeah, so it's normally you'll go into the group and then I have the announcements. So I'll put everything in the announcements. But what I was telling Chrissy is the one thing I love about this over Facebook is, one, I don't have to worry about algorithms. So on Facebook, I was like, okay, I have 500 some odd people in this group, and like 20 people were seeing my posts. And I was like, well, what the heck? And that's what it was. It's the algorithms. I don't know anything about that. I don't want to have to learn it. So when I found out about this other platform and I got to know the guy that started it, it really just seemed really amazing. And then something else that I told Chrissy about was, a lot of people don't want to participate in the conversation because they're going through their own stuff, and I've been through that where it's like I didn't share a lot of things, but the good thing about Convene is you can actually post things anonymously, so nobody has to know who you are. You can still be in the conversation, so that's what I really love about it too. But just a little bit of a backstory, the lady who brought me to Convene is actually here in Jacksonville, Florida. She helps veterans with their Social Security disability claims. She's an amazing lady. She's in her 60s. And she used to be a claims, one of those claims people. I don't know I think claims specialist, I think it was. But she didn't really like the way that they were doing everything. And so she ended up kind of going and venturing out on her own. So she started this thing, and she found me in a Facebook group. So Facebook isn't all bad. There are some reasons to have it. But she found me. Yeah. I don't like all the negativity on it. So I usually I'll post something and I don't really scroll. If it's right in front of me, I might see it, but that's about it. Yeah. That's another good thing about Convene though. There's no negativity. Like everything is just there. We're real people sharing real stories. Anybody can share a story. It doesn't have to be the moderator of the Facebook group or anything like that. So everybody's welcome. And it's good people, we just support and encourage and each other. And that's what I really needed in my life. So it's been really valuable. So anyway, Lisa reached out to me, found out we were both in Jacksonville. So we ended up getting on a phone call. I think this was around March of last year. It was when everything was shutting down. So COVID's happened, and what does Jody do? She starts a podcast because why not, right? So I just started a podcast because everything was on Zoom, and Lisa found me and she said, you really need to connect with Matt. His name is Matt Curran. So he's a retired Marine pilot up in North Carolina, and he started this thing called Convene Communities. Mm-hmm. He started it because I think it was about 12 years ago. He told me the story and he almost had me in tears when he told it. But it was about 12 years ago, and him being a pilot, I guess on helicopters, they had like their crew chief. So they had their person that they always flew with. So this one guy, he checked in with them at their base, and they had been flying together for years, just became really, best friends. But one night the crew chief ended up flying with someone else to let I think it was a new crew chief in training, fly with Matt. And so that was the night that the other helicopter went down. So Matt's best friend went down with it and died. The whole crew died on that plane or on that helicopter. And I just got chills talking about it because I just thought about how when he tells the story, it's, oh my goodness. So I'll have to share that link with you. I have the podcast that he and I did, and it was just a super impactful story. But anyway, so he and I linked up, we got on a Zoom call like this, and, he told me the story about it, and I had never heard of Convene Communities, but I really liked him. And so I was like, okay, I want to help however I can. So then fast forward, he and I got on each other's podcasts, shared both of our stories, and just became really good friends. And then he introduced me to his team. So he had a really good team of people too. And at that time, that's what I really needed in my life, is just, good people who actually wanted to, help each other. I don't like competing against people. I like to collaborate. We can always do more when we collaborate. So I kind of went through that. In August, we built out, his son helped me build out my first course based on the book. So I'm actually I'm not redoing it now, but I'm adding some more videos to it now that I know the platform a little bit better. But his son did all that for me, and really we've just been trying to work together to bring more people to the platform now. So I started this group because a lot of people would come, they would want to work with me, but they were like, well, it's not fitting in my budget. And then I had never really done anything group coaching wise, because most everything that I do is like individual, everybody has their own thing that, they need to work on and stuff like that. So it was always customized to the individual. So besides group fitness, this was the first time I did anything group on Zoom. So I didn't really know what I should do or how I should do it. So I was getting feedback from other people. And so then I just started it, and that's where it's at right now. So I'll show you guys. I want to let you know, so I don't know if you have your computer around or if you're able to view when you log in. So you guys, I guess you already did your profile, right? Because it came in and said you were part of it. Okay. So did you navigate to the wellness community at all?
I was able to go into the main page.
Okay, so did you get the welcome video and all that?
Yes, I haven't seen the video yet, but I did see different areas.
Okay.
And I see videos on the bottom.
Okay, yeah. So the first thing to do would be watch that video, because that's going to give you all the information I'm about to give you. But I'm just going to kind of go through it. Now, I do want to kind of let you know that I have a different view than you're going to have, just because I have all the editing powers in the community. So you're not going to see half of these things that are up here. Okay, so I just want to let you know that, so you're not like, but what the heck? So I'm going to share my screen, huh?
Okay, I was going to ask if you were going to share your screen, because internet. I just have my cell phone, and then I will lose you.
Okay, no worries. Well, and I'm recording this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it to both of you guys too. And then that way, and I'm probably going to, if you guys are okay, well, Angela's not on video, so maybe she's okay with it. But if you guys are okay with it, I'm probably going to put it in the Facebook group that I have the event in. So that way people can kind of see, because I think that's what's happening. People are just really confused just because it's not inside the group, right? So it's new, and people are just like, I don't know how to do this. But it's not as difficult as you may think. They're actually working on this view right now. I have obviously been with them for over a year now, so I'm a member of a lot of different communities. You're not probably going to see any of this, but I will say there's a lot of great communities here. The guy that's the leader for the Weight Village, he actually helps moms with ADHD, with kids with ADHD and any kind of mental deficiencies. And he and I are actually looking at building out groups for PTSD and ADHD and literally anything. So I told him, I was like, well, I grew up with a paranoid schizophrenic. My mom was bipolar. Like there's some MS, but he has that too. He has MS, he has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. He has a lot of things going on, but he's a licensed social worker. So he's just a really good guy. So he's in here. So I definitely encourage you to play around with it and kind of look at the communities. Angela, there's a military community up here. That's gonna have a lot of good information in it. But yeah, so you can just kind of play around with it. Now, when you go into the wellness community, right, you can do it one of two ways. So you're not gonna have any groups over here like I do, okay? So I would just navigate over to groups.
Okay.
And like I said, you're gonna have these, I have more tabs up here than you do. So don't freak out if you don't see all these, you're not gonna see all those. All right. So this right here is the wellness accountability group. Okay. So when you click on that, it's gonna prompt you, when you go to enter the group, it's gonna prompt you to do the $39 a month. Okay. So that's all it is. And then once you get in there, so obviously I don't have to do that because I created the group. So I pay a monthly fee to do this. So now I'm just trying to, kind of get something going to where, I can not only help a lot of people, but also have some income coming in, because I've been giving a lot of stuff for free, but it doesn't help out when we don't have any income coming in.
Yeah, everything's free.
So I'm like, okay, well, I give a lot of value. So $39 a month, that's not a big deal. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, so if you come in, you do the $39 here, right here, it says experiences. You can go into experiences. And this is where all the previous calls are going to be. Okay. So I have 5 in here so far. And then I'm probably going to end up doing another one because I think I have one more that I need to add. But yeah, so what you can do in the meantime, between now and next week, is once you come in here, you just click on the experiences. And again, it's not going to show me the same view that you're going to have. So I'm not going to worry about clicking on it right now because I'm the one that created them. So it's not going to have that view. But once you go into the experiences, I have in there, I have a video. I have discussion questions, and you can just kind of be a part of the discussion. So I definitely encourage you to do that and just kind of get caught up at this point, and then give me some feedback. If there's something that's like specifically that you want to talk about, because I kind of come up with topics just because I don't have anybody telling me what they want to hear. So I kind of just go by what people usually request. But if you're in the group, I just ask people, I'm like, hey, just let me know, message me, whatever, let me know what you want to talk about, and we can talk about that, because I'm here for you. I want anybody that's in the group, I want them to win. So if I'm just giving you random information that's not really helping you out, that's not helping you win. So I have to make sure that whatever it is, it's helping you win. One of the reasons I told the other lady that's a part of it, her name is Jody also. And I told her, I said, well, I try to focus on the wins first, just because I know even with me and with other people, we tend to kind of get down on ourselves if we're not looking at some of the positive things that we're doing. So I try to focus on the wins first, just so we can get our minds in a better place. And that way we can kind of, have a better conversation and things like that. So. But yeah, so that's how you navigate into there. I do have, I have a blog in here. So I'm going to start adding more blogs. This is a big one just because most of the people that I know don't drink enough water and don't move enough. So this was the first one that I put in here about drinking water and moving. So it's just got some good information. But yeah, so this is the actual wellness accountability group. The community itself is free. It's a free community. So anybody can come into the community. So if you know people that, they just want to come in, they can come in. They don't have to necessarily be a part of the wellness accountability group unless they want to. But yeah, so this just has You can watch this video in here that I made, so watch it. Make sure you watch it. And then this one also, I have a ton of stuff in here too that I've just written and put in here, so you can kind of go through. But like I was telling Chrissy, I'm looking for other coaches now to come in and add value to. But it's just, getting people to come to a new platform is not always the easiest thing. But it's a work in progress. And I figure if Matt has been working at it for 12 years, I figure it'll be okay. Because he's finally seeing progress. So he gives me hope that, you just have to keep plugging away. But I wanted to show you this. So these are the experiences that I put in here. So if you go to the experience tab, I have a lot of stuff. These are all the blogs that I've written so far. Well, most of them. It's actually not all of them, but it's most of them. But a lot of people ask me about protein, so I have one for that. A lot of it's mental health related. Angela, this is going to be good for you when you become a mom. Yeah, so that's actually why I wrote some of these, just because I've experienced all of them. This one I wrote 15 things we spend money on besides our health, but I mean, this can really go with anything in life. Like a lot of people, and even me, I was like, well, I can't afford that, but then I'll go spend money on something else, right? And then it adds up. So that's why I ended up writing that one. SMART goals. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. Have you guys heard of SMART goals at all?
Yes.
Okay. It works with everything.
Yes, everything has to be measurable, specific. What else? With a number.
Attainable.
Yes.
Yeah, so you have to have, it goes through everything on here, but you have to have, it's funny because my daughter found one of my old basketball things that I had, and here's the 19-year-old Jody that I put on there. My goal was to be rich, right? But I didn't have any plan for that. There was no plan. I wanted to be rich. Well, what does that even look like? I don't know. So of course that didn't happen, right? Like it never happened because I never have a plan for it. So now with everything that I do, I try to make sure I have a plan, some kind of something that's attainable, something that I can actually strive for. So when I work with people who are trying to lose weight, and I don't like it when people kind of focus on the scale. So like one of my clients, I just have her measuring her waist and her hips because the scale can really mess us up, I think, sometimes. But yeah, so I just have her doing that. But, we have to have some kind of measurable. So maybe it's, I want to lose 5 inches off my waist by, I don't know, 3 or 4 months from now, right? Like something measurable, something attainable, not 5 inches in 2 weeks, like it's got to be something that can actually, it's feasible. And, that way you're not getting down on yourself if you don't reach that goal. But it's that's one that you can read through. Time management, nutrition. So I have all these things are in here. This is in the free community. Okay. So you can just go in, you can browse around, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of other communities that go in here. And I would just say, so this is how I started all this, because it seemed very overwhelming to me when I first started. And I was just like, Matt, I don't know how I'm going to do all this. Like I already had a ton going on. So he was like, Jody, can you find 20 minutes in your day? And I said, Matt, you're using my coaching on me. Stop. And I said, yes, I can find 20 minutes of my day. So he said, just find 20 minutes of your day. And all you're doing is copy and pasting. So all I did was just copy blogs over and experiences and learn how to do it. And it was 20 minutes a day. And I still use the same principle now. But yeah, so if you can find 20 minutes in your day, or even 10 or 15, you can go in. For you, these are the ones that I already belong to. You're going to have a lot more that are available. So you can kind of just go in and see what you like. I have a group in the Christian community. This is another thing I love about it. There's no limits to what we do in here. She's really awesome. If you need help decluttering, she's your person. She's helped me a lot just because I was very overwhelmed when it came to trying to declutter. The military community, like I said, is really good. There's a parenting community. The podcast, I'm actually working on putting the videos in here for the podcast that I have. This guy can teach you all about stocks. He went from being an Uber driver to a millionaire. So if you know anybody that needs help with stocks, he's got some courses in there for that. Lisa's got her stuff in here. So if you guys know any veterans that need help with Social Security disability, she's your person. She's their person, because she knows the ins and outs of all of it. And then I'm the leader for the wellness community and the writing community. So did I make your heads explode yet?
It's good.
Do you feel a little bit better about navigating, well, just at least messing with it? Okay.
Yeah, makes sense now.
Okay.
But then
Do you see why I like it so much?
I think you have a dashboard and something else that I wasn't sure what would we use the dashboard for.
The dashboard just shows you everything that's inside the community. So that's where you're going to find, that's what I was saying, that's where you're going to find the group. So my course is in there. The wellness accountability group is in there. And then, like I said, I'm trying to bring other trainers. I actually have the To Be Epic is going to end up being a personal trainer mentorship platform for online coaches. So I'm kind of building out a workspace for that in there. But yeah, so that I like it. It makes my life easier as someone who's doing all these things, because now I can just be in one place. Like there was one point where I had like 6 Facebook groups. I couldn't keep up with it.
Wow.
I could not keep up, because it was like, I had to have something different for each thing, right? Mm-hmm. Now I'm like, no, I can put everything right here. And now I can bring other people on there and actually teach them, like I know other coaches who want to build a course. Well, hey, here you go. And now your course can be interactive. That's what I wanted. I wanted to make sure that I had a course that I could interact with people rather than, because I'm taking an online course right now and it's boring, right? You just sit there and you're like, okay, you're watching videos. All right. But if you can interact and ask questions and get feedback, it makes it a little bit more interesting. So that's what I liked about it too. It's more of an interactive course. But everybody's kind of, you can do things on your own time. Even with this call, right? Like a lot of people are like, well, I'm not available every Thursday at 5 p.m. Okay, cool. It's recorded. It's recorded. It's going to go into an experience. And then, hey, if you're available at 1 o'clock in the morning, cool. Go in there at 1 o'clock in the morning, take the experience, watch the video, and you're still getting the same information.
Yeah. So
nobody has to be, on each other's time. I'm really big about time freedom. I think maybe the military did that to me, because I was, Angela, you might be like this when you get out. Once I got to a point where I was comfortable with the flexibility, now I'm just kind of like, I don't think I can be on anybody else's time right now. Like, I have certain things that I'll commit to, like this. But unless I schedule it out, it's like I just like having that flexibility. I have the flexibility now to say yes or no, right? Like whereas before I used to just say yes to everything, and then I wondered why I was so overwhelmed. So you couldn't have told me 4 years ago I'd be coaching people on how to say no to people.
Well, a lot of us do the things incorrectly. We all think that we know everything, but at the end of the day, most of the time we're doing it incorrectly, and that's why we don't get results.
Exactly. Well, and I'm the same way in business, right? Like I have to be willing to learn from people who have been doing it longer. Like I kind of joke around. I'm like, yeah, I got an MBA, but it didn't teach me how to do this, right? Like it didn't teach me any of this. It taught me how to write a business plan, but that was about it. So when it came to actually doing a business, especially a business that involves services and things like that, like you have to be around other people who've been doing it longer, and they have a good heart too. That's a big thing.
you have to do the work, because let's say I want to be a writer. This is one thing that I want to write a book, but guess what? I don't write a single page every day. So if I want to be writing a book, how am I going to write a book if I don't write it on a day?
Yeah.
You know, come on. Ta-da.
Well, you're in luck, because we're actually going to be building out a course for aspiring writers in the writing community. See? Yeah, because that's actually one of the big things. For me, I wrote, but I didn't share what I wrote. So it was just actually buckling down and writing, you know.
And then we have those hidden voices, you know, because you're writing and you're like, no, this sounds so tacky. Oh, no, this is not what I meant, or this is. So at the end of the day, you end up, you know, throwing out a piece of paper that you practice on, and then you're not doing anything. But
yeah. Well, I'm grateful. When I was younger, I got taught how to free write early on. And I actually teach my daughter how to do that too, because she likes to write. So I just say, just write freely. Don't worry about what you're writing about. And that's what I used to do. Like, I still have my old notebooks from when I was like 15, 16 years old. So I'm actually putting some of those in the writing community, but it's just, you know, you have to learn how to just kind of free write. I do joke around because when I was editing the book, I ended up having to outsource the editing, because what I'll do is I'll go back, and that's where those voices come in. And I'm like, well, that doesn't sound right. I'll start changing things, rewriting things. So I was like, nope. I ended up just sending it out and letting somebody else edit it, because it would have never got done. But yeah, but that goes with anything in life, right? It's health, it's anything, right? Business. That's why I tell people, I'm like, I'm on this journey, the same journey, right? It just might look a little bit different.
Wow.
So
it's awesome.
Well, Angela, do you have any questions? I can't see you, so I can't see your expressions or anything.
No, it's really good information. I'm excited to kind of just go through it and see what all's in there.
Yeah.
And there's definitely some groups that you just went over that I'll definitely check out for sure.
Yeah. We're bringing a couple people back on too. There's one guy, he's the leader of the parenting community. He's got a lot of good stuff to put in there. But yeah, that's another thing. Like, we can, you know, Angela, you're going to be a new mom. Like, if you have things that you want to share, you can actually go into the parenting community and start a group and share things. So that's what I love about it. You don't have to be, you know, you don't have to be some special person. And Matt always says, it's funny because he'll say, we have the most influential people. This is what his new slogan is for Convene communities. He says, we have the most influential people you've never heard of yet. And he puts the yet on there. So I really enjoy being a part of it. We have a mastermind group on Mondays that I've been blessed enough to be a part of. And that's helped me tremendously. Just being around people who do the same for me that I love to do for other people. You know, they want me to win. I want other people to win. But I have to be able to win before I can help other people win, right? Like, we have to be able to take care of ourselves too. So it's really huge. But I appreciate you guys coming on here. And hopefully you kind of have a little bit better vision of what it all is. And hopefully we can I'm really hoping that we can build it out and eventually just have, you know, a ton of people. And I want to eventually one day have like retreats, and, you know, there's a whole vision behind this. I have a vision board up here, and I'm kind of starting to see it kind of come into fruition one day at a time, you know. Yeah. So it's kind of awesome, because this is the one thing I was like, God, I just wish I could build a community of people who supported each other. You know, it shouldn't always just be up to me to support and encourage people. Like, I want everybody to just be a part of it and support each other, you know. And we can, who knows where it'll go after that. So.
Okay.
You guys have any questions? Do you have any questions about health?
Well, we got to read all your experiences. And
I know.
Yeah, true.
That's going to be your homework for the next week, right? Well, Angela, you're right next door. So if you need to come over, if you're like.
Will do.
You guys both have my phone number, so just reach out. Yeah, I'm here if you have any questions, or
Will.
if you still have any issues navigating anything, just let me know. Definitely watch the video, the welcome video, because that's gonna help, kind of make it a little bit more clear as well. And then they are going to be changing up the appearance a little bit. The guys who's in charge of that, I never knew what all was involved with like website coding and all that stuff, because I don't do any of that. But when he showed us some of this stuff that he's been working on, I'm like, I don't even know how you keep it together. But they've really come a long way, even just in the last year that since I've been here. Like, just so many things have changed. The appearance of it is different now than what it was when I first started. So they're really doing a lot. And it's just a really great group to be a part of. So yeah. And if you guys ever want to come there on Mondays, there's a meet and greet kind of networking thing at 5 p.m. So if you guys are ever available at 5 p.m. on Monday and just want to meet, everybody else, on.
Okay. I'll do. I'll be here.
I'm so glad that you made it okay.
I'll be here quarantined.
Yeah.
I'll
oh yeah, you're 2 weeks.
Right.
She's quarantined for 2 weeks. You get paid for that? You still get paid, right?
Yes.
Nice. That's the one thing I do miss about the military. Like, I can just chill at the house and still get paid. All right.
I could be at the beach down the road over there and get paid.
Yeah.
Can't even leave the outside here to throw my trash out.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Well, I hope you're taking like some good vitamin D. You're not able to.
Yes,
you're not able to go outside at all.
Nothing. I can't leave the house.
Okay, that wouldn't be so great.
I have a patio.
I think I would lose my mind.
Closed.
Angela, I know you would. Angela's like, yes, because I see her walk like every day. We would both be losing our minds if we had to.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go. Again, thank you for your time. Thank you for coming on here. If you know anybody that maybe they're trying to get healthier or just need to be in a group where people are supporting them, there's no one size fits all here. There's no I don't give this is exactly what you have to do, because it's just tools, and everybody has to learn how to use the tools in their own life, because our lives are so different. So it's really, if you know anybody that's kind of in that boat where maybe they just want to, feel supported. That's really what this is all about. Please invite them. And, I'll actually, once I get this uploaded to YouTube and everything, I'll send you guys the link. And if you want to share it with anybody that they want to watch it, I'll probably cut off some of it so it won't be so long. I'll just keep the pertinent information on there. That way it won't be super, super long, but yeah, so. All right, ladies. Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
Take the experiences, get all the knowledge, and let me know if there's anything else that you want to learn about, and I'll just keep writing some more stuff.
Will do. Have a great day.
All right, ladies. I'll talk to you all later.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.